were walking along a road. The man was enjoying the scenery when suddenly it occurred to him that he was dead. He remembered dying, and that the dog walking beside him had been dead for years. He wondered where the road was leading them. After a while, they came to a high, white stone wall along one side of the road. It looked like fine marble. At the top of a long hill, it was broken by a tall arch that glowed in the sunlight. When he was standing before it, he saw a magnificent gate between the arch that looked like mother of pearl, and the road that led towards the gate looked like pure gold. He and the dog walked towards the gate, and as they got closer, he saw a man at a desk to one side. When he was close enough, he called out, "Excuse me, where are we?" "This is heaven, sir," the man answered. "Well, would you happen to have some water?" the man asked. "Of course, sir. Come right in and we'll have some ice water brought right up." The man gestured and the gate began to open. "Can my friend," gesturing towards the dog, "come in too?" the traveller asked. "I'm sorry, sir, but we don't accept pets." The man thought for a moment. Then he turned back towards the road and continued walking the way that he had been going with his dog. After another long walk, and at the top of another long hill, he came to a dirt road which led through a farm gate that looked like it had never been closed. There was no fence, and as he approached the gate, he saw a man inside, leaning against a tree, reading a book. "Excuse me," he called to the reader. "Do you have any water?" "Yeah, sure, there's a pump over there." The man pointed to a place that couldn't be seen from outside the gate. "Come on in." "How about my friend here?" the traveller gestured towards his dog. "There should be a bowl by the pump," replied the man. They went through the gate, and sure enough, there was an old-fashioned hand pump with a bowl beside it. The traveller filled the bowl, then he gave it to the dog and took a long drink himself. When they had quenched their thirst, he and the dog walked back towards the man who was standing by the tree waiting for them. "What do you call this place?" the traveller asked. "This is heaven," he answered. "Well, that's confusing," the man said. "The man down the road said that that was heaven too." "Oh, you mean the place with the gold streets and pearly gates?" "No, that's hell." "Doesn't it make you mad for them to use your name like that?" replied the traveller. And the man said, "No, of course not. I can see how you might think so, but we're just happy that they screen out the people who leave their best friends behind." Boys, today I've been asked to speak on the second part of our school motto, being loyalty. But unfortunately I can't. To me, loyalty is one of the most difficult things in life to understand, and the hardest thing to put into practice. Jaime Lannister of the TV series Game of Thrones explains this problem perfectly with this quote. "There are too many vows. They make you swear and swear. Defend the king. Obey the king. Obey your father. Protect the innocent. Defend the weak. But what if your father despises the king? What if the king massacres the innocent? It's all too much. No matter what you do, you're forsaking one vow or another." The problem with loyalty is that it requires 100% commitment, yet many different parts of our lives require it. How can we be loyal to our employers, be loyal to our country, be loyal to our family and our friends when each one of them asks for unquestioning loyalty and we're forced to prioritise? Today, instead of loyalty in its general sense, I want to talk about loyalty in a much more important, specific aspect. Today I want to talk about brotherhood, the loyalty that we owe this school and the loyalty that we owe each other. One of my favourite scenes from any movie comes from the film 300. As King Leonidas and the 300 Spartans stood before the entire horde of the Persian army, every single one of them was prepared to die for the brothers that they stood beside. I guess the first question to ask is, what actually defines loyalty? To me, loyalty is simply the drive to do whatever you can to help out the people around you, with no incentive and no reward. In this day and age, loyalty is possibly the rarest trait to find in a person because so many people are out to benefit themselves, to make a profit, to gain a promotion, or to achieve a high social status. Too often people are loyal, but only when it suits them. People will always be loyal and share in your success when the going's good, but as soon as times get hard, their loyalty wavers. I'm focusing today on the fact that loyalty is rarely found in common day-to-day life, because we are not common. In coming to Nelson College, we became part of a school that will help us academically if we're struggling. A school with staff that spend their time organising events and training sport teams when we want to do well. A school where only a few hundred boys watch or play rugby, but over 1,000 turned up in school colours to support our first 15 at the quad tournament. In coming to Nelson College, we became part of a brotherhood, where every teacher, staff member and student sitting in this hall wants you to do the best that you can with no incentive. Now, some people here might think I'm over-exaggerating, but in talking to old boys at this school, the one distinct thing that they remember and value about their time at this college are the relationships that they built and a sense of belonging and pride that they found during their time here. I'm discussing this today to remind everyone that no one here could have become the person that they are today without the advice, support and loyalty of the people surrounding them. Think back to all the things your friends have done for you, the confidence that they've given you, and the time that they've sacrificed playing in our sports teams and in our weekends. The Nelson College students sitting on either side of you have and will make a huge impact in your life, whether you like it or not. So make sure that your influence in theirs is a good one. No one ever achieved greatness without the help of their friends, and we owe each other a huge debt of loyalty. In every one of my speeches this year, I've repeated the same specific line, and today it's more relevant than ever. When your time at this college is over, when you walk out of those doors for the very last time, how is it that you want to be remembered? The answer should be loyal. I'm not saying that we have to sacrifice ourselves or give up parts of our lives, because loyalty is honestly much simpler than that. Look out for your mates. Say hello to the new guy in your class. Turn up to support our students at school events and do everything you can to support this school and each other. If you can do that, then you will always be remembered and respected as a leader, an example to others, and a great friend. Cheers, guys.
I've stood on the stage for 10 years and I've always been impressed by many boys in their speeches, but Jacob continues to excel, and I think today was perhaps the finest speech I've heard as headmaster of the school, so well done, Jacob. Thank you, College team.